This is the Varsity Sports Show, your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on the Sportsmap Radio Network. Now, here's your host, Vince DeLisio.
Good morning, America. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on... I was going to do it on the Sportsmap Radio Network. My name is Vince DeLisio. I am so excited to present with our team to present our national show, the Varsity Sports Show. Guys, for those of you in across America that don't know who we are, this is who we are. We are a show that covers everything from youth, high school, college, and you. What is the you may ask? You is all of the great things going on in America that we want to talk about. And while we try not to view the world through rose-colored glasses, there's a lot of negative stuff that people get paid a lot of money to talk about, and that's not us. We don't need to do that. We don't pride ourselves on bashing people or bringing people down. We want you to start your Saturday off in a great mood and to do it with an amazing team. We are a show that has been around for, going on 5 years now, but we are just now catching our second wind. And our second wind is the fact that we are a platform that we provide students both in front of and behind the microphone to showcase all the great things going on out there. And our students are everywhere in this country. Student interns that are broadcast interns, that are young aspiring journalists, that are producing content, that are earning college credit, that are doing amazing things, and they're working hard. They are working hard for our show. We have students from the ASU, Arizona State University Cronkite School of Journalism, the University of Arizona School of Journalism, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas Greenspun School of Journalism, Texas Southern University's School of Communications, University of Florida Gainesville School of Communications, and more. We've got some high schoolers as well, some top talented high schoolers that are aspiring young journalists and producers, field correspondents that are contributing work. Joining us in the studio today, we've got two young talents, and we've got one joining us remotely. We have Koby Braunstein from Arizona State University and Sammy Khalaf from Arizona State University. Koby, how's it going?
Vince, I'm doing absolutely amazing. A great first hour on the local radio show, joined alongside a really talented Sammy Khalaf to my left, Lauryn coming from the U of A, and you as well, Vince.
Awesome. Sammy, how are you, sir?
Good, Vince. I mean, we're talking to America here. How could you not feel great? I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity to be talking to the entire country for the very first time. So, yeah, it's been a great morning so far.
And while we try to get Lauryn, I don't know if Lauryn is on with us. She is our amazing young talent down at the University of Arizona in Tucson. Mike, do we have Lauryn yet? Okay, all right. We don't have Lauryn yet, but we will get her on. She also an aspiring young journalist. We've got some incredible content that we're going to produce for you today. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and set this up for you. So, first of all, any young aspiring students that are interested in pursuing an internship with us to get this platform, to learn, to produce content, to host a radio show, get in contact with us on our social media, on Twitter, or X as they call it now, at Varsity Show. That's at Varsity Show, or Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. We have a TikTok channel. It's not just people dancing. We actually have a TikTok dedicated channel, Varsity Sports Show. Get on there and get in contact with us. A lot of good stuff. You can go to our website, varsitysportshow.com. You can email us through the site and tell us about you, what your goals are, what you want to do, and what kind of news that you can report in your area. We would love to hear about it. We're a national platform, a national show, and we want to get to know you. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about Sammy. Sammy, what are your goals? What are you hoping to accomplish this semester?
Well, this semester, I hope to sharpen my commentary skills. I'm also hoping to become a more well-rounded, broadcaster, producer, and, sideline reporter and journalist. And I feel like this internship opportunity has been really helping me so far. I think we're just about a month into this. I mean, it's almost February, and that's insane to think about since 2024 just started.
Yeah.
But in the future, Vince, like you said, I hope to one day work for, a major sports team or a major network or, travel the world and just, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So one thing that's great about this internship is if this is truly what you want to do, you're going to get a job in this industry. If you graduate from college, you intern with us, our job placement rate is, at or near 100%. Everybody that works with us, if they want to stay in this industry, they are working. They are doing things out there after they graduate. We've placed interns at ESPN, at major networks, at affiliate stations across the country, in production roles, in broadcast roles, in front of the camera, behind the camera, in front of the mic, behind the mic. A lot of opportunities out there, and we really get the most out of what you do and encourage you and facilitate a platform for you to produce. Sammy, how about you?
Yeah, well, coming from...
excuse me, not Sammy. Forgive me. Koby. Sorry, go ahead. So we just heard from Sammy. Koby.
No worry, Vince. We've already been on the air for a little over an hour. It's an early morning here in Phoenix, Arizona. But for me, I just want to be, as echoing what Sammy said, as versatile of a journalist as possible. I've done some things already in 2 weeks with the Varsity Sports Show that I have never done in my life, whether as a journalist or any time before that, to where I'm making audio segments. I'm looking forward to making some video segments for the Varsity Sports Show as the semester continues. And I've got more broadcasting experience. I didn't know if I was cut out for this when I started doing games last year, and then I came back to Connecticut, where I'm from, Avon, Connecticut, that is just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and I was able to broadcast a lot of games for the Bristol Blues and the NDCBL, and I'm really liking commentary. Like I said, I'm getting great experience in that. Also behind the camera as well, and as a camera operator, I'm going later today to the Offertunity Bowl, and surprise, Vince, I know you're calling the game on play-by-play, the inaugural game. I'm sure you're really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the semester with you and all the talented journalists.
So and thank you for that, and so we're going to hear from today, big show. We've got a national champion that's joining us in the next segment. We have Coach Doug Socha. Who is Coach Doug Socha? He's the head football coach at Keiser University in Florida, West Palm Beach, I believe, and they just won the NAIA National Championship in football. And you talk about rising out of nowhere. These guys didn't have football in 2016. In 17, he got hired to start football. They started a program, and every year they've been a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Last year they played in the national championship game, lost, went back this year, won it. And it was amazing. It's an amazing story. He's an amazing guy. Wait till you hear from him. We're going to hear from our very own Chris Severan talking about the Corky Track Classic in Texas from Texas Tech University. We've got some other content as well, a West Coast report, our team from UNLV, from ASU, from Grand Canyon University, all contributing content to that segment. We've got a Southeast report, our team, crack team from University of Florida, Gainesville, reporting on that. We're going to hear from Coach Jim Camarillo, who is the executive director of the Minority Football Coaches Network, talking about a very special all-star game, as you said, Koby, called the Offertunity Bowl. Big stuff coming. We've got more content the rest of the show, more guests. Don't go anywhere, guys, here on the Varsity Sports Show. And we'll also hear from our very own Lauryn Abozeid down in Tucson. We'll get caught up with her in the next segment as well, from the University of Arizona. Michael, take it away.
The Midwest Report.
What's up, everybody? It's Seth Kordich coming to you from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas for the Varsity Sports Show. This segment has a special place in my heart, with me being from the Midwest myself. So let's talk about the Detroit Lions. The Lions are en route to play in their first NFC Championship game since 1992. 1992 was the last time the Detroit Lions even won a playoff game. That's been about 31 seasons. So let's put this into perspective. The last time the Lions won a playoff game, there was no Google, there was no Nintendo 64, there was no YouTube, social media, or iPhones. The last time the Detroit Lions won a playoff game before this year, me and all my siblings, we weren't even born yet. My whole life, and the many fans of the Detroit Lions have been waiting for decades to celebrate their team in the playoffs. This year, the team and the city of Detroit has earned it. The blue-collar Motor City has stayed true to their team throughout the hardships of an 0-16 season in 2008 and a 3-win season just a few years ago in 2021. The Lions ended the regular season this year winning the NFC North with a 12-5 record. However, their season is not over yet. They face off against the San Francisco 49ers for a chance to win it all in the Super Bowl. Tune in to Fox, Sunday, January 28th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central, and 3:30 Pacific Time. I'm Seth Kordich from the Varsity Sports Show, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, y'all. It's Alex Shulman with Varsity Sports Radio. Today we are hearing from former NHL player and Stanley Cup finalist Curtis Brown. He has been busy coaching his new team, the Lincoln All-Stars. The Stars are Lincoln's 16U AAA hockey team, and they are finishing up their inaugural season.
We've just had an amazing season in that it's a team, and everybody's kind of slotted in or fell into their roles or comfort level, if you will. And then what we're trying to do is bring out the best in each individual and player so that they make each other better.
Coach Brown also talks about his approach to coaching.
I've always thought that as long as you keep working and growing and you have that growth mindset that you can grow, then I'll never tell you can't. And my job is to believe in you sometimes more than you believe in yourself.
Brown coached for 12 years before deciding to coach the Lincoln All-Stars.
And the way it worked out, I had to help build the team. And if that was going to happen, I might as well coach it.
Coach Brown hopes to continue the progress into next year.
The natural progression is next year we could have an 18U team.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the facts. You made a mistake. You made a bad purchase. A timeshare is not an investment. It's a money pit that continues forever. If you use your timeshare, that's great. But if you don't, and you want to legally get out of your contract, call my friends right now at the Timeshare Exit Hotline. They're an experienced team of lawyers who help good people like you get out of a timeshare contract that they just don't want. Don't throw away your money on maintenance fees. Use it for things you really want. We can help you end your timeshare contract and stop the money drain immediately. If you're ready to move on with your timeshare, call our team right now.
Cancel your timeshare now with a free call. 800-858-6811. 800-858-6811. 800-858-6811. That's 800-858-6811.
The Die Hard.
Jalen Hurts was sick. He had the flu. Is he going to be the next Michael Jordan? Can people please stop comparing anybody to Michael Jordan? Can people stop doing that? Because there's never going to be another Michael Jordan. There's never going to be another flu game. There's never going to be another X of Michael Jordan.
I lost $1,000 on the flu game.
And of course you did.
The Die Hards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sportsmap Radio Network.
Do you want to learn the secret to becoming a published author in a few easy steps? Here's all it takes with help from Dorrance Publishing. For over 100 years, we've assisted individuals like you to fulfill their dreams of becoming a published author. When you call right now, you'll be assigned your own personal consultant who will help you through the entire book publishing and design process. Then, your book goes into production. It gets promoted, distributed, and finally, made available where books are sold. If you've got a book idea, call Dorrance Publishing right now for a free consultation. We'll help get your great idea out of your head, on paper, printed, and sold. It's a free, easy call. We're trusted by thousands of book authors just like you. So don't wait another day. Call now.
800-847-1362. That's 800-847-1362. 800-487-1362.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sportsmap Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
I want winners.
Coaching news.
All right, guys, we are joined on the line. It's not often that you get a national champion on your show, and we are pleased and honored to be featuring Coach Doug Socha of Keiser, the Seahawks, Keiser University out of Florida. They just won the NAIA National Championship this past month, and Coach is out pounding the pavement, recruiting, and he is going to take some time with us today to speak to us a little bit about the winning formula. So, Coach Socha, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show, and thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And, honored to be on the show and represent Keiser and our football program, and look forward to visiting here.
Coach, it's been a mystery because you haven't really been around that long, but you've been all about winning. You've crisscrossed the country. You're originally from the state of New York. You spent some time on the West Coast. You played junior college football. You played college football, and then got the coaching bug, started coaching, and so many questions, Coach. You started the football program at Keiser not 6 years ago, and you guys won a national championship. Inquiring minds want to know, families want to know, other coaches want to know, how in the heck did you do it?
I think, I appreciate that intro, and I think the biggest thing that I've learned in this whole journey is you've got to have great people. And for us, I tell our team, I tell our coaching staff, I tell our administration, I tell our leadership, our chancellor, it's all about the people. And I think everywhere I've been, we've had the right people in the right places, and there's been great alignment. And then you look specifically at Keiser, and they were, we're down here in South Florida, and it's such a fertile, rich football state, and they want to start football. And I had some high school success, and then get the opportunity to build this program. And, for us, it's really been people plus our process, and that's equaled winning. Certainly it's bigger than football. Our guys are doing a lot of good things in the classroom, a lot of good things in the community, but certainly, I think the winning formula is just having the right people in the right places in the building, and a unified vision. And we've built a strong culture, and we've got some really good football players too.
Before we talk specifically about the last couple of years at Keiser, let's talk about translating what you did at the high school level to the collegiate level, because there's a lot of young coaches out there that want to, cut their teeth in the industry, and they don't believe. There's a lot of them that don't necessarily believe that you start at the high school level. They all want to make the jump right away and start coaching collegiately. How did what you did, because you had some success coaching high school ball, how did that translate? What were some things you did there that translated equally to what you built at Keiser?
I think in the end of the day, what was said in our locker room, and how hard our guys are going to work in the weight room, and what our expectations were built, from an academic standpoint, and anything and everything and how we did it, we wanted to really focus in on the details. And so I don't, that's the same formula in the NFL. Those last four teams playing, it's going to come down to the teams that play the most discipline and can make the most critical plays at the critical time. So the messaging in the locker room, I think, has been really consistent. And when I was a high school coach, I still look back and say the same things. And, we've evolved offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. But inside that building, it's always been about the right people. We want our guys to be, player-driven leaders and really represent our institution at a high level and make everybody proud in the community. So certainly I think there's so much that I took from my high school time that I've translated into college football.
Every year that you've been at Keiser, you've gotten just a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Let's talk about last year, 2022. You made it all the way to the NAIA championship game. You talk about deja vu all over again. Durham, North Carolina, you're playing Northwestern, and they came away with the win. What were the takeaways from that game that you then carried over to beat them in the championship game in the same stadium this year?
Yeah, I think, when I look back at that, I think that 2022 season, and then even dating back to 2022 summer, 2022 spring, there were some transformations in our locker room and in our building. And there were some changes
and adjustments made. And, there was just a unified group to go do what we had to do. We scheduled up. We didn't do very well on the front end of the season. Our team was really tested. And at the 1-3 mark, we fell out of the top 25. We had to fight our way back in it. We played 11 road games. So that team was really built special. We get to the national championship game. We came out on the side we didn't want to come out on. And we really left that really upset and really mad and disappointed. And, it really drove us into 2023. So we know you get to the point. We weren't satisfied with just being there. I wouldn't say that because we played Northwestern tight, but we learned a lot from that. And, I can't say enough about, how that translated into 2023, but our team was really driven and determined from December 19th on to get back. And it didn't matter who we played. We were going to come away with the win.
Let's talk about this season. So this year, you finished the season when all was said and done, 12-2. Those two early season losses were against two very good Division II schools. Mississippi College was a close one, 17-14, and then a couple of weeks later at Valdosta State, which is a national powerhouse at the Division II level for years and years and years in Georgia. And after those games, what were some teachable moments after that game in particular that allowed you then to refocus, retool, and go on the run that you had this year?
Yeah, I think it was a lot like the previous year. And, we came out on the other side of that thing, and we knew we wanted this football team to be challenged. And, I think we didn't play very well at all. Defensively, we were really good against Mississippi College. Offensively, we didn't do enough at all to give ourselves a chance. And then, we just couldn't keep pace with Valdosta State. So what we always tell our football team is, it's always about living in the moment. And then when there's failure gives you feedback. So as long as we take this feedback and stay hungry and show up to practice and make those right adjustments, we're going to be a really good football team. But we were challenged on that end, and we've got great leadership in our locker room. So certainly playing up with our schedule has been a piece of our formula, and our football team has learned a lot from that.
Joined on the line by Keiser University Seahawks NAIA National Championship head coach Doug Socha. Coach Socha, final question for you. What advice can you give to young coaches that are just getting in this business that look at you and say, wow, I want to be that guy one day?
And my son is coaching right now. And the advice I tell him is, hey, you better just be, all about the young people, and you better, dive in and dig into the relationships. You better be ready to ride the wave on the front end of a career and be able to navigate and withstand so you can get to the next step of your career. And that might be year 2, that might be year 5, because there's some challenges on the front end that not everyone's built for. And you're going to have to deal with those ups and downs. But dive into the young people, dive into learning as much football as you can, be yourself. I would say, obviously we all idolize and want to emulate systems and coaches, but in the end of the day, I think if you can be transparent and honest and be yourself, that's going to be the best version that you can possibly be.
All right, Coach Doug Socha, Keiser University, the Seahawks NAIA 2023 national champions. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the Varsity Sports Show. Good luck this offseason, and we'll look forward to circling back with you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
The South Report.
Hi, my name is Christopher Severan, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Over the past weekend in Lubbock, Texas Tech hosted the Corky Classic, where we've seen multiple record-breaking performances. First was the University of Kentucky's Luke Brown, who improved the record for his triple jump from 16.69 meters to 16.80 meters, a 0.11 meter difference. This helped his team secure their top 15 finish. Next, let's take a look at both the men's and the women's 600-yard dash, where we've seen both those records fall. For the men's, it was Baylor's Nathan Ezekiel, who clocked in at a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds, the fastest in NCAA history on a blank track. The Bears tallied a total of 940 wins. In the women's heat, we seen LSU's Michelle Rose come back and get the record she was seconds off just a year ago. She posted a time of 1 minute and 16 seconds, helping her break the 41-year-old record held by Tennessee's Delisha Walton. Rose now holds 2 of the top 3 fastest 600-yard dash times in the women's division. LSU's track and field notched a total of 6 wins over the weekend, 5 of which came from the last day alone. As track season gets to the full swing of things, we're hoping to see more top-tier performances. My name is Christopher Severan, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, bag boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on Carol. She's more focused on hitting a high note than the car in front of her. Why pay a rate based on anyone else? Get one based on you with DriveWise from Allstate.
Not available in Alaska or California, subject to terms and conditions. Rates are determined by several factors, which vary by state. In some states, participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for purposes of rating. While in some states, your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Generally, safer drivers will save with DriveWise. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wake up call! Live animal mascots, I don't think PETA really understands how well taken care of these animals are.
The situation you brought up, Ralphie and Bevo, right? They're not steaks.
No, that's right. Good point. Yeah, we're not eating them. Good point.
South Carolina have a chicken?
There is a chicken.
We're not eating him.
But, exactly. Maybe he ends up at a Bojangles after a losing season. I have no idea.
Wake up call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
The diehards.
I'm a monkey running around. It's tough. They can't control me. You know what I mean? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot as it is, so it's hard enough to control anyway.
When I'm waiting to come on as a guest, I can hear you.
You can hear everything. We're doing everything. We're talking this. We're talking that. We're putting bets in. We're doing shots. No, we're not doing shots. We do shots after the show. But no, it's hard. It's being a producer in radio is really hard, and I'm being very serious. I've been doing this a long time. I've had some brilliant producers. I've had some tough ones that it's hard. It's a hard job. And managing idiots like me that sometimes it's out of your control. And it sucks, too, because they don't get paid that much. They need to be paid more. I wish we should start a producer, GoFundMe for producers. But some of them are really good dropping sound effects.
The Diehards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sportsmap Radio Network.
Wake up call! Duran, right?
Yep.
Can you find Duran at a local casino?
Probably.
You know what's amazing? These guys, at one point, they're playing in arenas, right? And then they're going to be like, come for the buffet, stay for Duran.
Show starts at 6.
Buffet begins at 5.
Wake up call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
Sportsmap tonight with Luke Morrow.
The Browns should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue. I still run a 4.3 40, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards.
All due respect, I don't know RG3. Seems like a nice guy. I think this is pretty pathetic. That's why anytime a quarterback gets injured, here he is making his Shark Tank pitch. Hello, Sharks. My name's Robert Griffin III. Here's why you should sign me to play quarterback for your team. I'm better than every quarterback you have. I can throw the football 80 yards. I can still run a 4.3 40. No, I haven't been in the league for 3 years, but you know what? I now know how to slide. Cleveland, I will lead you to your first Super Bowl. And Mark Cuban will be sitting there and saying, yeah, for all these reasons, I'm out.
Sportsmap tonight, weeknights from 10 to 1 Eastern. This is the Varsity Sports Show, your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on the Sportsmap Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
Good morning and welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sportsmap Radio Network. My name is Vince DeLisio, and let us know where you're listening from across the country, across the globe. We're joined on the line. We got her. She is our very talented young broadcast journalist out of the University of Arizona in Tucson, Arizona, Lauryn Abozeid. Lauryn, how are you?
I'm doing good, Vince. Thank you.
Lauryn, you've provided some very insightful reporting for us so far, and you were one of the first that broke an update on Jedd Fish leaving the University of Arizona football team, heading up to Washington. You provided some real keen insight. It was announced, it was speculated, and then you jumped on it and reported it for us last week and gave us some insight into contract details up at Washington and whatnot. What else can we expect from you coming up this semester? What are some things that you're going to be covering for us?
Well, I'll be covering the hottest news pertaining to high school, college, pro sports, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, all across the West Coast. It should be fun. We are so excited. And speaking of West Coast, we've got our West Coast report. We're going to be starting it off with a Mountain West Conference report from our very own Angelo Scaturro out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Davis Noble will talk about the Seattle Seahawks coaching search. Davis is out of Grand Canyon University. Alex Medina talking a little high school with some national implications on baseball coverage here in Arizona. Diego Fernandez out of UNLV talking a little Harvard Westlake in California. Basketball, nationally ranked basketball. Jason Goldie with Heisman Trophy winner Jayden Daniels and a field getting named after Jayden. Take it away with the West Coast Report.
The West Coast Report.
This is Angelo Scaturro with Varsity Sports Show, and here's a breakdown of everything from the Mountain West Conference from this past week in just 2 minutes. We kicked things off last Saturday where it was filled with non-stop hoops action for both the men and the women. Starting with the men, Boise State beat San Diego State 67-66. New Mexico takes a victory against Air Force 85-66. The 18th-ranked Utah State hosted the Fresno State Bulldogs, and the Aggies took care of business, shutting down Fresno 83-62. And then Wyoming took down Nevada 98-93. And now on with the ladies. First off, it's Fresno State taking on UNR, in which the Pac won 63-62. Wyoming reigned victorious over Colorado State 67-63. New Mexico pulled off an upset over the number 25 ranked Lady Rebels of UNLV by handing them their second loss of the season, 69-66 the final score. And with this loss, UNLV is knocked out of the top 25 rankings. Boise State beat Utah State 76-41, and San Diego State beat San Jose State 63-51. The Mountain West hoops action took a hiatus for the weekend, but returned on Tuesday with 3 men's games and 1 women's game. Those men's games were matchups between Wyoming versus San Diego State, Boise State versus Fresno State, and Air Force versus UNLV. The winners on Tuesday were the Aztecs of San Diego, the Broncos of Boise State, and the Falcons of Air Force. As for the women, it was Colorado State versus UNR, with the Wolfpack coming on top 78-51. And last but most definitely not least, Wednesday night saw victories from UNR as they beat number 24 Colorado State and number 25 New Mexico taking down San Jose State. This has been a breakdown from all the Mountain West action from this past week. For Varsity Sports Show, Angelo Scaturro reporting.
Hello, everybody. My name is Davis Noble, and this is the hunt for the Seattle Seahawks' next head coach. After 14 seasons, 10 playoff appearances, and 1 Super Bowl win, head coach Pete Carroll was politely asked to step down from his position on the Seahawks, marking the end of an era. Although he is likely to take on an advisor position with them, his coaching days are over. It has been 2 weeks since this announcement, so general manager John Schneider and the Seahawks have been avidly searching for Carroll's replacement. They have interviewed a number of candidates, both offensive and defensive coordinators. They have also considered scheduling an interview with former Tennessee Titans head coach Mike Vrabel. As the search continues, the Seahawks have conducted most of their first-round interviews and have decided to select these 5 candidates for a second round. Raheem Morris, the Los Angeles Rams defensive coordinator. Mike Kafka, the New York Giants offensive coordinator. Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. Dan Quinn, the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator, as well as a former defensive coordinator for the Seahawks from the 2010, 2013, and 2014 season. Finally, we have Ejiro Evero, the defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. These second-round interviews are being conducted this week. The culture that Pete Carroll brought to the Seahawks team for all these years is going to be extremely hard to replace. These head coach candidates have big shoes to fill, and it is up to John Schneider to decide who will fill them. Once again, my name is Davis Noble, and this has been the hunt for the Seattle Seahawks' next head coach. Thank you for tuning in.
Good morning, America. My name is Alexandra Medina, and you are listening to the Sportsmap Radio Network. Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona has been a hotspot for high school baseball athletes across the nation for over a decade. The Hamilton baseball team has been under the leadership of Mike Woods since the school first opened in 1998. After many years of hard work, dedication, and success, Coach Woods is headed into the National High School Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. During Coach Woods' tenure, Hamilton has won 74% of games played, has made 22 consecutive state championship appearances, and became state champions 9 times. Coach Woods has helped lead 52 of his Hamilton Husky baseball athletes to a Division I school, 32 into the draft or to play professionally, 5 to play in the major leagues, and 1 to win Most Valuable Player in a World Series.
Almost everybody who graduates in our program plays at least college baseball if they want to.
While Mike has broken many records and is set to go into the National High School Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame, he takes only a portion of credit for the success that Hamilton High School's baseball program has had.
I see it more as a program recognition of not just me, but of my assistant coaches, and in particular, my players. And we've had a lot of success, but primarily because of them.
I am Alexandra Medina, and you are listening to the Sportsmap Radio Network.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another segment of Varsity Sports Show. I'm Diego Fernandez. Harvard Westlake High is currently number 6 nationally and number 1 ranked in California men's basketball team, and this team's currently 20-3 and 3-2 in their league. In the last few years, this varsity basketball program won a state title back in 2016 and a CIF Division I title in 2017. Before coming to Harvard Westlake, Coach Rabibo was an assistant basketball coach at the University of San Francisco and head coach at El Camino Real High School for the 6 years that included 2 city championships back in 2010 and 2012. With a great coaching staff and an excellent team, it's no wonder that this squad has an 87% winning percentage. Last week, the Wolverines had a home and road trip starting the week on Wednesday, January 17th at home, going against number 5 ranked Notre Dame and a nail-biter with a near loss of 54-59. That same Friday, Wolverines headed on the road against number ranked 10 Sierra Canyon away to again another crucial loss, 68-74, having them lose 2 in a row, now making them 3-2 in the league, jeopardy of losing their number 6 ranked in the country. For the Wolverines to have a chance at a top 5 spot, they'll need to take advantage of the remaining season schedule and having excellent season performance. Up next, Wolverines have a competitive league to see where it takes them before the upcoming Mission League tournament, where they'll take on Chaminade and St. Francis. Key players that have taken this team to the next level are guys such as point guard senior Trent Perry, shooting guard senior Robert Hinton, along with forward junior Nicholas Comini. Together, this big three is why the team has gotten a good grip for a chance to be top 3 nationally ranked, along with a championship-driven coaching staff. It would be short of success for nothing else but state. From Varsity Sports Show, this is Diego Fernandez.
I'm Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. The football field of a San Bernardino high school got a new name last week. The Cajon High School football field was renamed Jayden Daniels Stadium. Jayden Daniels, who graduated from Cajon High School in 2019, racked up 13,827 passing yards and 3,579 rushing yards, including 170 passing touchdowns and 40 rushing touchdowns for the Cowboys. He also received numerous awards for his football prowess for the Cowboys, including the Hubs Award his senior year, an award given to an exemplary San Bernardino student-athlete each year. Daniels was recruited by Arizona State University and committed in December 2018. He graduated early in order to start at ASU in January 2019. He earned the starting quarterback position as a true freshman. He led the Sun Devils to a 20-14 victory at the 2019 Sun Bowl and was named Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week and Freshman of the Week. He also led the Sun Devils to a 70-7 win against state rivals Arizona in the 2020 Territorial Cup. Daniels transferred to Louisiana State University in 2022, where he has continued to excel, break records, and win awards, including the coveted Heisman Trophy in 2023. He is declared for the 2024 NFL Draft coming up in April. During the stadium renaming ceremony, Daniels conveyed his gratitude, saying,
"In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. That's 800-281-4224. The Die Hard.
And then all of a sudden, a sweeper pitch comes in. She goes, "Dad, what's a sweeper?" And I looked at her and I went, "I don't know. Hey Siri, what's a sweeper pitch?" What is going on? Like I felt like I was lost, and I'm like, I cover sports, I know this. And again, I'm a knucklehead fan on the radio, but I'm like, what is this? And then I'm seeing slurve, and I'm going, what? Like, am I gone?
The Die Hards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sportsmap Radio Network.
Wake up call! Luka Doncic had a fan ejected at home.
Softy.
It was a Suns fan, but he was at home when he did this. A Phoenix fan bought a ticket 2 rows behind him in his home arena and said, "Luka, you're tired? Get your beep on a treadmill." And that's always been the knock on Luka, is that he's a little
pudgy.
He's a little pudgy, like
That's the safe way. That's right. I won't get written up for that one.
No.
Saying he's a little pudgy. Luka won't have me ejected.
No, he won't have you ejected. But you could. Let me just point it this way: if you went up to Luka and poked him in the belly, he would go, "Nothing tastes loving like my crescent rolls." Like that's how Luka. You're just giving you an idea on how soft Luka Doncic is. He can make great croissants and also deliver a 40-point night.
Wake up call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
Wake up call! It was an era where Tom Cruise was the best at anything his character did. He was the best bartender, the best pool player, the best fighter pilot, the best NASCAR driver. Like whatever movie he was in, he had like
high school con man.
Yeah, right, yeah. He had the natural gift to be the most excellent at that, and then his character had other ills.
Wake up call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sportsmap Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sportsmap Radio Network. Thanks again for tuning in, and we're going to take it down to Florida for our Southeast Report, kicked off by our very own David Lopez out at the University of Florida in Gainesville. Take it away.
The Southeast Report.
Hey, everybody. I'm David Lopez with the Varsity Sports Show, and big news coming out of Phoenix where Mountain Pointe will go on the road to face the prestigious IMG Academy in a high school football showdown later this year. The Mountain Pointe Pride, a school that dominated Arizona high school football in the early 2010s, is looking to get back on the national radar and rebuild some momentum for the program. Coach Eric Lauer and athletic director Ann Frana confirmed that the Pride reached out to IMG, last season's 4th-ranked football program nationally, as an opportunity to give Mountain Pointe more exposure and give its players experience playing top-level talent. IMG, located in Bradenton, Florida, will be hosting the matchup as well as splitting the cost of Mountain Pointe's trip. The teams hope to match up on Thursday, September 12th, with Mountain Pointe planning to stay on IMG's multi-million-dollar athletic campus for the weekend. Mountain Pointe went 6-5 last season and have had major struggles since their state championship win in 2014. 2014 was also IMG Academy's first season in existence, although the two programs have gone in massively different directions since then. The Florida powerhouse may see Mountain Pointe as a tune-up game early in the season, but the Pride have picked up over 27 transfers for the football team this past year and feel ready to compete against top talent. When asked about the level of competition for his team, Coach Lauer asked, "Can you take on national champions for 50 plays? Can you go against some of the best competition you're ever going to see for 50 plays?" Mountain Pointe will become the second ever Arizona school to take on IMG Academy, a school that has recruited some of Arizona's best prospects in the past decade. Looking to reach the Open Division 8-team playoff for the first time since the Arizona Interscholastic Association introduced it in 2019, Coach Lauer and Mountain Pointe are bringing the Pride back onto the national stage. IMG might not be able to claim official state titles and are seen controversially around the country. However, the value that beating IMG in Florida would have for Mountain Pointe cannot be understated. Let's see who comes ready to play later this year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mason Collins, and I'm with Varsity Sports. This week, my radio segment is on a few of the top high school men's basketball teams in the state of Florida, starting with arguably the best high school team in the country, Montverde Academy. This is a team currently undefeated at 20-0 and has the talent to make its own college basketball team. Earlier in the season, they played one of the best teams in the country, a local team in Columbus High School, and won by 28 points. Montverde Academy has a trio of 2024 McDonald's All-Americans. Forward Cooper Flagg headlines one of the Eagles' top players, ranked as the #1 high school recruit committing to Duke University. Montverde has 5 players ranked in the top 25 for this year's recruiting class. Players such as Asa Newell, Derek Queen, Liam McNeely, and Rob Wright. This team will be playing at the Montverde Academy Invitational Tournament this weekend. Another talented high school team in Florida is the Oak Ridge Pioneers. Starting off the season 1 and 2, this team has not lost a game since, winning 18 consecutive games in a row. Players like Jalen Reese and Jameer Jones set this team up for success this year and next year. Both Reese and Jones are in the class of 2025, while Tyler Johnson and Jordan Tillery headline the senior class. This team is ranked in the top 20 nationally according to Max Preps and won their 7th consecutive Metro title. With regular season basketball coming to a close, make sure to check out how Montverde Academy and Oak Ridge play in the postseason. I'm Mason Collins, and you're listening to Varsity Sports Radio.
Good morning. I'm Eitan Ohana with the Varsity Sports Show. The Baltimore Ravens are back in the AFC Championship for the first time since 2012, and the team has a prominent South Florida identity. Some of the biggest names on the team hail from the southern part of the Sunshine State, and they are representing their hometown in a spectacular way. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, who is from Pompano Beach, is the odds-on favorite to win his second NFL MVP this year, furthering a legacy that has come so far since he started Boynton Beach High School. Many of you might remember his infamous high school clip where he juked the defender out of his shoes. From there, he went to Louisville and won a Heisman Trophy, and now he's leading the AFC team favored to reach the Super Bowl. In 2021, Jackson said that it was important for him to play well and show the kids from his home that it's possible to make it to the position that he's now in. Joining Jackson in his South Florida roots is rookie receiver Zay Flowers. Flowers, who was the first-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, was born in Fort Lauderdale. The shifty pass catcher has put together an impressive first year of his career, helping his quarterback unlock new heights as a passer. Interestingly enough, backup quarterback Tyler Huntley is also from the area, which should make for a fun quarterback room. Regardless of if the Ravens win or lose this weekend, what's certain is that they've made plenty of people in South Florida proud, and as Jackson said, are inspiring the next generation to chase their dreams. For Varsity Sports, I'm Eitan Ohana.
Time for Vince's final word.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. And we are joined. This is a big event coming up today, this afternoon, out in Surprise, Arizona. It's a suburb of Phoenix, a northwest suburb, and it involves two states, and it's a very special event. Joining me on the line is the executive director, a longtime football coach in the state of Arizona. His name is Jim Camarillo, and he is the executive director of the Minority Football Coaches Network. Coach Camarillo, big event today. The Offertunity Bowl. Talk about the Offertunity Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Vince. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, there's been a few months of preparation, a few weeks of practice preparation, the football part of it, lots of people involved, and just really pleased with all the support we're getting. And, today's the big day, and everyone's fired up, and we just can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a big all-star game, and it's unique in that there's a bunch of great coaches that are getting together, guys that have won championships all over the place, setting their egos aside. These guys have no egos, but they've won a lot of games, and it all in the sake of helping these kids get eyes from colleges, and you call it the Offertunity Bowl. These are kids maybe that have slipped through the cracks, that are pretty darn good athletes that are still out there. Southern California, Arizona. How many kids and how many schools are expected to colleges expected to kind of have eyes on these kids?
We'll send out the recording of the game to hundreds and hundreds of college coaches. And again, the objective of this whole game is to allow the coaches to watch the game, get the game tape once the game is completed, watch these kids compete, showcasing their talents, both the California side and the Arizona side. And these college coaches can, again, maybe put these guys on their radar and get them some opportunities.
Well, and it's also going to be live streamed. Yours truly is on the call today. It'll be 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. How can people tune in to watch the game? Where do they go?
So go to our website is the easiest way, or find me on Twitter. And our website is mfcnnetwork.org. It's free of charge. Anyone can watch the game. We're obviously targeting college coaches, but interested families, interested parents, interested coaches.
Perfect. Coach Jim Camarillo, Minority Football Coaches Network, hosting the Offertunity Bowl between Southern California and Arizona. It is going to be watched nationally. It's a big event held in the state of Arizona, an all-star game. You got to check it out. 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. We are carrying the broadcast here at the Varsity Sports Show. There'll also be a link on our social media at Varsity Show. Thanks again, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, Vince.
Well, there you have it, folks. Jim Camarillo, we've got a big game today. We're going to be live streaming that game. You can get the link right off of our social media, our Twitter, @Varsity Show. It's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in live. I'll be on the call. Sam Dayton will be doing analysis, and the rest of our team will have field correspondents and amazing production staff. Alex Medina and Alyssa Firestone will be on the sidelines of that game, and the rest of our team. Bailey Leisure will be technical director, and an amazing crew and staff, and as well as Sammy and Koby are going to be part of the production team as well. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I want to put a call out to all of you students out there, administrators, faculty, staff that have students that want to get involved in broadcast journalism. Colleges, really hit us up. Get on our social media at Varsity Show on Twitter and Varsity Sports Show on all other social media platforms. Thank you to today's co-hosts from Arizona State University, Koby Braunstein, Sammy Khalaf from the University of Arizona, Lauryn Abozeid, to our guests that joined us today. Please be sure and check out all of our archived content at Twitter, at Varsity Show. Thanks to our in-studio producer, Mike Fernandez. We'll see you back next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Tell your friends. It's the Varsity Sports Show on the Sportsmap Radio Network. I'm Vince DeLisio. Go Varsity. Out.